Hello and welcome to this video from BindTuning. Often in an organization, when there is a specific task that requires a specific skill, you might need to be able to filter your employees based on their skills, qualifications, and expertise. With the Filter Web part from BindTuning, you will be able to do that and so much more. So, let us dive into this amazing web part that takes your organization's workplace to that next level. Note that if you learn to configure BindTuning filters, you are all set and ready to configure all the other BindTuning web parts. Here is a quick summary of steps to configuring a filter employees by skill scenario. Number 1. Install the filters web parts. Number 2. Create a template list. Number 3. Create a content/source list and fill it with the necessary content. Number 4. Manage lists to define which list is the content list and which is the template list. Number 5. Relate the content list to the template list. Number 6. Insert a background column with images to the content list and display these images in the web part. And finally, number 7. Filtering options and best practices for column naming. Step number 1. First, install the Filters web part in your site collection. You can do this effortlessly through the BindTuning online app for Office 365 or the provisioning engine if you are on SharePoint on premises. In the Build part, you will find the Filters web part. For more information on web part installation, please check our user guide available at BindTuning Help Center right here. Now that you installed the Filters web part, it is time to start to configure it. We'll begin by selecting Edit to edit this page. And then we select the plus sign on the left part of the page to add a new section, creating more room for the web part. This time we will choose a one-column section layout. Then, inside this section, we will select the plus sign with a circle around it and choose the BindTuning Filters web parts. Great! Now you have a Filters web part. But how do you configure it? The challenging aspect about filters is that instead of configuring it directly on the page, first you must configure its lists. The Filters web parts need two lists, a template list and a source list/content list. The template list is meant to be about the look and feel of the items in your filter, while the content/source list is about the contents that you would like to display in the Filters web part. So, step number 2, create a template list. To create a template list, you must select the pencil icon on the left side of the Filters web part. Then you must choose Create New BT Filters Template List, where you'll type the name skills-template-list. Hit Create the list. The template list is present now on Site Contents, and it is empty for now. Step number 3. Create a content/source list and fill it with the necessary content. Disclaimer: you don't need to create a content list per se, because you can use a pre-existent list that has all the information that's needed. Alright, now you have your template list. But to create a content/source list, you must go to the gear icon on the top part of the screen and select Site Contents. You will create a new list, hitting on New and then creating a new list. And you will call it a blank list, and you will call it skills-content-list and hit Create. Now you have an empty list with one column called Title, where you will write the name of the employees. You will notice that there are a few types of columns: single line of text, multiple lines of text, location, number, yes or no column, person column, date and time column, choice, hyperlink, currency, image, etc. For the first column, after the title column, you will choose a single line of text column and name it Department. This will be the column where you will write the name of the part of the department to which each employee belongs. Then you will create another column, this time a date and time column, and you'll name it Start Date, with no spaces between the words. I will explain why further. Hit Save. Now you will create another column, a yes or no type of column, and this time you'll call it Safety Training, with no spaces between the words, like our previous column. And finally, you will create another single line of text column and name it BSc Degree at. Notice that this time we have spaces between the words, and also there is this symbol, at. Then you hit Save again. Next, you select Edit in Grid View and fill the skills content list with the following content. First employee, John Dillon. Second employee, Mary Austin. Third employee, Rachel Medell. And fourth employee, Damien Phillips. John is from marketing. Mary is from IT. Rachel is from finance. And Damien is from HR. You will assign, if you'd like, you can assign random dates of starting in the company. Another random date. Another one. For example, safety training, we will say that John had the safety training, so we'll leave it yes. Mary also had the safety training, but Rachel and Damien did not. No. About the bachelor degree, John Dillon has a degree in business marketing. Mary is in computer science. Rachel is from accounting. Apologies. And Damien is from human resources. All right, now you have your skills content list. With the step number 4, manage lists. To define which list is the content list and which is the template list. To do that, we are in the editing mode of the page, and we will click on the pencil icon. And this time we will go to Manage Lists. Here you can see that the template list, since we created it, it's already defined. And here it is. If you can also see that we have here is slash site slash skillset slash. Where does this come from? Well, this is the name of our site collection. It is actually right up here in the URL. If you can see, here it is. So in these situations, when we are defining which list is which, we go to the URL and select slash site slash and the name of the site collection that comes in the URL. And we will copy that and go to the Add List button. We will paste it right here. Click on the arrow, and then we will select our content list. Now, hit that floppy disk icon, and then hit Save. After managing the lists, you can also configure certain aspects of the Filters web part. One is web part appearance. If you check theme colors on the title bar, it will show the theme colors on the title bar. Personally, I like it because it helps standardize the branding all over your web parts. So your web parts are in accordance with the design of the website. Another aspect that I personally prefer is going to advanced options and checking always show BT buttons. At least while I am editing the web parts, you can always check them off if you don't like them, of course, and if you hover, they will appear. Step number 5, relate the content list to the template list. All right, now you have the template list and the content list created and managed, but still, nothing appears on the filter web part. Why? Well, that is because you need to have the template list related to the content list. To do that, you must click on the middle button that is called Manage Templates. Then you must select the pencil icon. This will open the skills template list for editing. This form has 5 sections: template settings, set up a link, front tile settings, back tile settings, and animation settings. To configure your front tile to display the name of each employee, go to the section Front Tile Settings. And in the Captions subsection, this time we will choose, for example, Top Zone. And we will type the following: title in curly brackets. Title is the name of the column that has the names of the employees. This will relate the two lists to each other, and the caption appearing on top of the front tile will be the names of the employees. We can also edit the size of this caption, make it bold or italic, make it at center, left, right. We can also change its color. I will choose this white color, for example. There's always the option of adding an icon if you like. If you click on this I button, it will show you more or less how it will be. This time I will also choose a color for the tile background. For now, it will be this orange color. And also, there's an option of adding a caption background. This is especially useful if you have an image with lots of color and the caption, it becomes very hard to read. So this time I will add a caption background that is black. And I will hit save. Great, there you have the front tile all set. You can also add a back tile. Let's go back to the Manage Templates. Again, this time we will scroll down to Back Tile Settings. And this time, say we will choose the center zone and type the following. Start date. This is the name of the column with the dates at which the employees started working at the company. So the dates will be displayed in the back tile. Let's edit these captions. Let's make it an H6. Let's make it bold. Let's make it at left. And it will be white. And the color of the back tile will be black. However, please pay attention to an important aspect. The back tile will only be displayed if you change the flip animation. The flip animation cannot be none. If you have a flip animation that's none, the back tile will not appear. So let's change it to, for example, slide up. And we will have an animation interval of 2 seconds. Great. Now hit save. And there you have it. The back tile with the dates at which they started working at the company. Now, let's go back to the steps to configuring a filter your employees by skills scenario. Let's review what we have done so far. First, we have installed the web part and created its most important lists, the template and the content lists. We managed these lists and related them to each other. Well, they usually say that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, how about displaying your employees' photos in the Filters web part? To do that, we will insert a background column with images to the content list and display these photos in the web part. Step number 6, insert a background column with images to the content list, and then display these images in the web part. First, we must go to Site Contents, and then we will go to Site Assets. In the Site Assets, you will upload the headshot of each employee. I have previously uploaded them. Great. Now, please go back to your web part and click on this button on the right and then on Skills Content List. There you have your Skills Content List. And then we will add a column of the type Hyperlink. And we will name it Background. Hit save. In this column, we will add the URL to each image. However, please be careful. There is an important aspect to pay attention to. Here is the site assets again. Let's start with the employee John Dillon, for example. All right, here is the URL to this image. However, you can see that it has a lot of numbers and symbols and letters. So it's not a clean URL. And this will be problematic because the image will not appear with this URL. So how do we get the clean original URL? We will click on View Original. This is very important. Here we have the clean URL that we will copy, right into our skills content list column background. Hit Edit in Grid View. This is John Dillon, and here we will copy the clean URL to his photo. Enter. Great. And we will do this to the rest of the employees also. Mary Austin, view original, copy, paste. Rachel, view original, again the same. And now our employee, Damien. View original, copy, and paste. Exit grid view. Great. Now you have your content list with the background column with the clean links. So please go back to your web part and now click on Manage Templates to edit the template list again. Again on the pencil icon. Now previously in the front tile we displayed this beautiful orange color. Now we will choose Image. And here we will type the following. Background, which is the name of the column that has the photos in curly brackets. And then hit Save. And there you have the amazing Filters Web part with the captions, the caption backgrounds, the images. It's all step number 7, filtering options and best practices for column naming. All right, the filters list, check, all set. Filter front tiles and back tiles, also check. But now, how do we use this web part to do what it's meant to do? To filter the employees. For example, filter the employees who have gone through the safety training, for example. Well, let's take one more look at our content list. We click on this button on the right and click on Skills Content List. All right, we have a title column, department column, safety training, start date, and the BSc degree at with the spaces in it and the symbol. So let's go back to our web part and we will hit the pencil icon to edit the web part. Now we go to filtering options and in the filters part we will type in, for example, department followed by a comma and then safety training also followed by a comma. Note that it has no space in it. Let's see if it works. Department, it works. And the same for safety training. Great. Well now, how about the BSc degree at column? Alright, it appears, but does it work? No, it does not. So we go back to our list page, and we hit the gear icon. You will notice that you have this list settings that only appears when you are on the page of the list. If you're in another page of your site collection, the list settings will not appear. So we open the list settings. All right, you can see there's a lot of information about the settings of this list. We scroll down and we will see the columns. We have title, department, start date, safety training, etc. and we will go to BSc degree at. Alright, so since this name has spaces in it and a symbol, we will have to use an internal name. How do we find the internal name? It's in the URL. Don't worry. We see that there is a lot of letters and numbers and symbols, but we also see that at the end there is field equals to this BSc degree dash x0040 dash is what we will copy right into our filtering options. So I will eliminate what I wrote earlier and copy that. Great, does it work now? Yes, it's working. Again, if you want to display a different name for the filtering options, you just have to type in 2 square brackets, and for example, we will put BSc degree. Again, you can also change it, for example, to higher education. And there you have your filtering options all. Hopefully, by now, your filter web part is all set and ready. Thank you so much for connecting, and I hope this was helpful. Please stay in touch. We are right here anytime you need.